Hello everyone and welcome back to Xbox Nation. My name is Fletcher and it's that time of the week again, where we look at all the games on sale this week. There are some cracking deals here today, and most on this list very rarely ever go on sale or at ridiculously low price points. Let me tell you though, that backlog is going to be a sorry state of affairs after this video, so I will apologise in advance right now. Before we do dive in though, a big shout out to last week's winner of our free Xbox game giveaway. Just hit me up on our brand new Discord server and I will get that prize right over to you. If you want a chance of winning a game this week, just leave a comment below and just tell me about anything Xbox or Xbox related. And also make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss out on these weekly videos. With that out of the way though, let's dive right into the deals coming your way. First up on the deals today, we actually have Mortal Kombat 1, which was actually a very bold reimagining of the legendary fighting franchise. The Chaos Reigns collection I'm including today includes the base game, additional characters, some extra skins, exclusive content, and also enhances the brutal cinematic experience. This one actually includes a brand new timeline crafted by fire god Liu Kang, and you essentially experience familiar characters in entirely new roles, alongside some jaw-dropping visuals and revamped gameplay mechanics. Fatal blows and dynamic stage interactions do return though, delivering that signature Mortal Kombat intensity that we know and love. But there was also the addition of cameo fighters, so you can have a partner assist you in battles. By no means am I a fighting game enthusiast, but I do know that this is a good price, especially if you haven't delved into this new experience. At 67% off and now down to just under £25, this really is the lowest price point ever for one of the best fighting game packages available on Xbox right now. Now, Hunt Showdown offers a tense and tactical multiplayer experience like no other on the market, blending PvE and PvP in a very gritty supernatural version of the 1890s. Yes, this game is currently on Xbox Game Pass, but if you're not a Game Pass subscriber, it's well worth grabbing this deal for this week. This version of Hunt Showdown though takes players back to the late 19th century, where the bayous are even more dangerous, filled with tons of supernatural creatures and ruthless hunters. You and your team must track down horrific monsters, eliminate them and escape with the bounty, all whilst fending off other players who are also looking to do the exact same thing. With limited ammo though and tense encounters and also permadeath elements, every match really is a heart-pounding experience. This one's now at £12.49 and actually 50% off, and this is the lowest price since its launch and a fantastic time just to test your aim under different pressure. If you're looking for a more grounded team-based tactical shooting experience, then Insurgency Sandstorm delivers one of the most intense modern combat experiences available on console. This is one of the best discounts we've actually seen so far since the game left Xbox Game Pass, and you can grab it at 67% off this week for a low price of just £11.54. If you're not aware though, Insurgency is focused on objective-based game modes and also intense realism. The game really emphasizes communication, positioning, and also precision over flashy run-and-gun action. I'm looking at you, Call of Duty. With no HUD, minimal hand-holding, and realistic weapon handling, each encounter feels meaningful and very deadly. The game also features multiple classes, deep customization options, and both competitive and cooperative play across atmospheric Middle Eastern-inspired maps. So if you want an alternative to Call of Duty, then this is certainly a good grab this week. Next up, we actually have a game you probably haven't heard of before. Paper Cup Mansion stands out with its very unique papercraft art style and also roguelike gameplay loop. You play as a detective trapped in a mysterious cardboard mansion, investigating a different series of strange occurrences while battling creatures from multiple different dimensions. Each floor though is procedurally generated, offering a mix of puzzles, exploration, and strategic combat as you unlock clues to your escape. The game really blends that sort of survival, storytelling, and light RPG mechanics in a world where every character and object looks very handcrafted. Its eerie yet charming tone really does set it apart though from traditional horror adventures. At 85% off and down to just £2.54, this is the lowest price ever, and it really is a hidden gem that is well worth diving into. Easily one of the biggest highlights from this week's sale has to be this next game. From the creators of No Man's Sky comes The Last Campfire, a heartfelt and beautifully crafted puzzle adventure game. You will essentially guide a lost ember through a world filled with forgotten souls, solving environmental puzzles to rekindle hope and uncover the truth behind your entire journey. The game really does feature a touching narrative narrative though. It also has handcrafted environments and also an enchanting soundtrack that together creates a surprisingly emotional experience. It's a gentle, introspective game that doesn't rely on combat, but instead focuses on atmosphere, story, and thoughtful design. Now, just a small and insignificant £1.20 at 90% off this week, this is a staggering discount, and it's well worth the price of admission for this little indie gem. Neon Abyss is a vibrant, fast-paced roguelike platformer where each run becomes more chaotic and very exciting. At 75% off, it's a very wild ride that's worth jumping into this week. You are essentially armed with an arsenal of wild weapons and game-changing power-ups, and you'll be blasting your way through procedurally generated rooms filled with tons of enemies, traps, and bizarre bosses. This deluxe edition though does come with a few bits of bonus content, including unique outfits and extra in-game items to really enhance your overall journey. Its standout feature though in this game is a very dynamic item stacking system that does constantly evolve your abilities with every single pickup. The pixel art aesthetics and pumping soundtrack really add to that high energy gameplay, really creating a hypnotic rhythm of chaos and progression. There's also a ton of replayability here, with tons of multiple endings and hidden characters for you to unlock. It's well worth picking up this indie gem in this current Xbox sale. This next game does go on sale quite a bit, but I did have to include it this week, as now this is the lowest price we've ever seen for it so far. Set in the 14th century France, A Plague Tale: Innocence is a harrowing tale of survival, loss, and family in a time ravaged by plague and war. You will essentially play as Amicia, a teenage girl protecting her young brother Hugo as they flee from the Inquisition and face hordes of supernatural rats. The game really does an excellent job of blending stealth and light puzzle solving with moments of high tension and emotional storytelling. It has gorgeous visuals, very powerful voice acting, and a haunting orchestral soundtrack that really elevates every moment of this narrative-driven experience. Honestly, the relationship between the siblings really does evolve beautifully here, adding weight to every single decision that you actually make. This is 75% off at the moment and down to only £8.74, and again, this is the best price we've seen for it so far, and is well worth grabbing for a narrative adventure masterpiece. A couple of months ago, a cult classic actually returned. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered breathed new life into two of the most iconic action-adventure games of the late 90s. In this game, you step in the role of Raziel, a betrayed vampire wraith seeking revenge in a dark, lore-rich world. You will switch between material and spectral realms to navigate different puzzles and uncover secrets of Gothic ruins and haunted cathedrals. This remastered bundle though obviously enhances the original experience with sharper visuals, smoother frame rates, and modern controls, while still preserving that atmosphere and the story that made it such a fan favourite out there. Longtime fans honestly appreciated this faithful restoration, while newcomers will discover one of gaming's most compelling dark fantasy sagas. It's not a massive discount by any means at 25% off this week, but it's still decent for a brand new game, and it's its first sale so far. Now is easily the perfect moment to revisit or discover this legendary series for the first time. Star Ocean: The Divine Force delivers a sprawling sci-fi fantasy RPG that actually lets you chart your own destiny across different galaxies. You will get to choose between dual protagonists with intertwining narratives and form your party from a cast of colourful allies. Real-time battles here though unfold across open fields with freeform movement and aerial tactics, making combat feel fluid and very dynamic. The game though looks to blend that classic JRPG elements you know and love with new traversal mechanics and expansive zone packed with tons of secrets. Every character though in this game really does bring their unique skills and personality to the table, deepening both combat strategy and also the story impact. Whether you're invested in the lore, exploration, or just combat customization, there really is something here for every RPG fan. You can grab this one this week at 60% off and now just £24, and it's the lowest price we've seen for an epic just worth diving into. At 85% off and just £2.39, this is a ridiculous price point for this next explosive game. Rico Rodriguez returned in Just Cause 3, bringing his signature brand of explosive chaos to the Mediterranean island of Medici. You're obviously armed again with his trusty wingsuit, grappling hook, and just an endless supply of explosives, and you'll be taking on a ruthless dictatorship in the most over-the-top ways imaginable. The game's massive open world is packed with military bases for you to destroy, vehicles for you to hijack, and stunts for you to pull off. From blowing up bridges mid-fight to chaining vehicles in mid-air, the sandbox possibilities here are, to be honest, pretty much nearly endless. The physics-driven gameplay though really invites your creativity, letting you experiment with destruction in some pretty wildly satisfying ways. Whether you're diving in for a few minutes or losing hours in high-flying destruction, this one, to be honest, never gets old. Now, Outriders is a brutal, fast-paced looter shooter that mixes explosive third-person combat with very deep RPG mechanics. If you're not aware of Outriders, let me set the scene for you. It's set on a hostile planet of Enoch, and you'll play as a powerful Outrider with access to devastating supernatural abilities tied to your chosen class. Whether you specialize in fiery explosions, some close-range tanking, or just sniping from a distance, there really is a build to suit every playstyle. This one's actually made by People Can Fly, the same people who brought us Gears of War Judgment and are currently helping the Coalition with Gears of War E-Day. Of course, co-op support in this game also supports up to 3 players, making chaos even more enjoyable as you take on massive bosses, different dynamic world events, and an evolving gear system. Honestly, this one has such a satisfying progression system, some really impactful co-op, and an engaging sci-fi story which really doesn't outstay its welcome. Honestly, it's one of the most underrated shooters of its kind. It's now at its lowest price ever at 50% off this week and down to just under £8. It's absolutely worth your attention, especially as it doesn't usually go on sale too often. Guilty Gear Strive really set the new standard for the fighting game genre, with stunning anime-style visuals, smooth online play, and just a roster of uniquely designed characters. It's really approachable though for newcomers, yet packed with tons of depth and technical nuance for veterans of this series. Each character though has a very distinct combat style, and the game's new mechanics like Roman cancels and dynamic stage transitions add so many exciting strategic layers to every single match. Whether you're playing through the cinematic story mode or just wanting to test your skills in ranked multiplayer, Strive really looks to deliver that fast, fluid action that's just as fun to watch as it is to play. This is again its deepest discount yet at 50% off, so really this is the perfect time to jump into one of the best fighters of this generation. BROK The InvestiGATOR is a charming and unexpected fusion of point-and-click adventure and classic beat-em-up action, and to be honest, I bet you've never heard of this one before. Set in a gritty cyberpunk world, you play as BROK, a detective and former boxer investigating a mysterious conspiracy tied to his wife's death. The game actually allows you to alternate between solving puzzles, interrogating suspects, and throwing punches in side-scrolling combat segments. Hand-drawn visuals and voice acting across every line of dialogue really brings its quirky cast of characters to life like we've never seen before. It's very heartfelt, clever, and just to be honest, refreshingly original, with branching choices and multiple endings adding tons to its replayability. At 60% off and now just £6.69, this is the lowest price yet for a hidden indie gem that really deserves the spotlight for the very first time. One final bit of sales goodness for you today is for the buy one get one free sale going on for DLC at the moment on the Xbox Store. Unfortunately at the moment this sale is pretty dire and I really don't recommend that you pick anything out of this portion of the sale. The only bit of DLC which actually jumped out as a very good deal was for the Dead Island 2 expansion pass combined with the Ascent Cyber Heist DLC. This is actually due to the Dead Island 2 expansion only going on discount so far to £9 and that was once before, and then the Ascent DLC which has never actually been on sale, so you essentially get it for free. This is a good bargain here, but the other bits of the sale are utter poo to put it lightly, so I would avoid the rest of the sale at this current time. So what deal are you looking to grab this week? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed and want to see more sales videos like this every single week. Do make sure to subscribe below as I do post Xbox content every single day, and you will definitely want to stay tuned for a couple of secret videos and reviews that I'm currently working on. Whilst here though, why don't you check out the video on screen now covering my 33 Immortals review. This co-op game is brand new to Xbox and Game Pass, and I have a feeling this could be a masterpiece in the making.